leaving behind nights of terror and fear. I rise.
I would say that every summer we are going to have this kind of vigorous protest. My hope is that it will be nonviolent.
And so I was already angry, probably before we got to Georgia. Then once we got to Georgia, I mean, I'm getting emotional thinking about it. I hated it. I hated it. I hated everything about it. I hated, now I'm going to a school where, yes, in middle school was different because I didn't really experience racism like that in middle school. But now I'm coming to a state or place, Atlanta, where it's supposed to be the mecca of Black people and, you know, opportunities and all this. And of course, my parents moved to a area where, Snellville, Georgia, where it's literally down the street from Stone Mountain, Georgia, where the KKK held their meetings. And it was just like, you know, we didn't know any of that moving there initially, I don't think, until we found out the history of the Stone Mountain and the Confederate and all. It was just off. So ended up going to all this South Gwinnett High School. It's no longer all white now, but at the time it was for me. My sister, brother, and I are all there together. I just remember the first day of class, how I think I was looking so forward to, like, I think I told you, like a keyboarding class, like to type, because I was so fascinated. I watched people type really fast, and I was just like, oh, I'm gonna be able to take this class, and I'm gonna be able to do, you know, type fast like that. And so they had already been 2 weeks in, and so I was like, well, I mean, I didn't know what to do. And so the teachers basically said, well, if you expect me to go back and show you the keys of what you're supposed to be doing, honey, that's not about to happen. So my suggestion to you is that you figure it out, do the best that you can, and try to keep up. I was hurt. So the whole time in that class, I'm sorry, I'm getting pissed thinking about it, but the whole time in that class, it was almost memorization for me, meaning I would read a whole paragraph variant of what I had to type. And that's how I typed, because she never showed me where my hands were supposed to go. When I tell you that made me so angry, I was angry. I was really hurt by that. And that was the first time in a class that was like an elective that normally we would have gotten a C or an A or B or whatever. I got a freaking C. And I was upset.
Why do you think the teachers didn't want to help you at all?
They weren't used to a Black family coming there and not having something. You know, they weren't used to a Black family in that area who were great at sports, but also not dumb, and academically were able to do the work and succeed and do well.
And in being in that experience, how did you think that you overcame it?
So when somebody tells me no, that pushes me even harder to prove you wrong. And so my determination, not only the fact that I'm first generation for both sides to go to college and graduate, I was determined that at the time, I knew I didn't want to be a janitor, which is not a bad thing because it took care, and my parents took care of me, but I also knew I didn't want to be, my dad was in construction, so there were periods of time where if it's cold, he's on unemployment, he's not working, you know? And I just remember there were times when we didn't have, and I wanted to be something that my parents would be proud of, and that if I ever had to take care of them, that they would be, you know, they would be super, even my grandparents, like they would be super happy that I achieve something that they didn't complete.